My name is Murt and I went to Vietnam. Yeah, I had a great experience in Vietnam. We were there for 8 weeks, so we really got kind of a good time to experience the country. I think Vietnam is kind of a very touristy area recently, and I think when we were meeting a lot of Irish people while we were over there, kind of bumping into them in different parts, and I think our experience compared to theirs was completely different. You kind of got to see a more general view of Vietnam and a more in-depth kind of local perspective on it compared to what you'd be doing just as a tourist, which probably had the biggest impact for me. It wasn't just all about the sun and the landscape, but you got to meet with the people and the cultures, particularly the more tribal ethnicities in Vietnam as well. Ours would tie in most with quality education. We were involved with kind of English classes for kind of 6 to 12-year-olds in a summer school setting, so it wasn't too kind of rigid about education, but it was more about how you can kind of have fun and little nuggets of English that they could use in their daily lives. So I'm studying architecture in college, and I'd be involved with the Architecture Society in UCC. A lot of what we talk about in college is how a lot of architecture is very westernised and very archaic in perspective, kind of straight lines and rigidness, whereas Asian cultures have a lot more prevalence on timber construction and kind of more natural forms. So as we're kind of going through climate emergency, we're kind of transitioning to kind of timber construction. Is there ways that we can incorporate that into to a Western idea of what architecture is? So I think, based on different buildings that I've viewed in Vietnam, that I can draw them up and share them with the architecture students within UCC. I think definitely just go for it. Yeah, you have nothing to lose. I applied for a Explore award back when I was in transition year, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I didn't get it. Didn't think about it until finishing college then, and reapplied for an overeating award, and I got it my second time around. So yeah, just go for it, you have nothing to lose. Just how similar you can be to certain people and how different you can be. Just because you're from a privileged country doesn't mean you're privileged yourself, and just because you're from an underprivileged country doesn't mean you're underprivileged yourself. It's a lot more nuanced than that, so that you really have to view people on a case-by-case basis, and everyone has their own individual story.